have your kids actually eat it. Like that's the kind of stuff that I find that it's kind of nice not to necessarily be like, I'm only talking about Africa, because I very rarely, actually, and like I was talking like you, I very rarely talk about anything, and I don't think it's not because I'm trying to ignore it, it's just because it's also how I grew up. My parents, like I had like all my best friends from all corners of the globe when I was younger. I work in a Spanish, Nick would never guess, I work in a Spanish-speaking medical clinic. That's all I'm fluent in Spanish, 98% of my patients are Spanish-speaking. And I think it's just for me, like, I mean, also maybe coming from like a medical perspective, everybody's the same. You all look the same when you cut everybody. They bleed the same color. So
it's interesting because I was just talking about this at lunch. So I'm first generation American. My mom is actually European Jew, and my dad is from the Philippines. But I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and I think assimilation was much more important then, and multiculturalism didn't exist in schools and stuff. Right. So I never learned Spanish, and my brother and sister didn't learn Spanish, and most of my cousins, he brought the whole family. He was the first over here, and he brought the whole family. Many of my cousins do not speak Spanish. Not only that, but my dad was a lapsed Catholic, and my mom was Jewish, and so we were raised with no religion either. Not the clear identity markers that other people grow up with. I don't have a religious identity marker. I don't really have an ethnic identity marker. Like even my mom's family wasn't very practicing Jewish, so it's all very secular. Like when I lived in New York, the one time you would not be happy to be blonde and white would be living in New York City, because there's so many. Every neighborhood I went into, I blended right in.
You are the best thing ever. You are amazing. You're like the mayor of New York City. You're the best. You're the bomb. You're the sweet. And I was talking.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm a woman. Because I'm a woman. I go to my girlfriend. I'm like, ew. Did he just DM me this? And what? He just DM'd me that. And I'm like, what? He's playing us. He's playing. And this is a true story. I mean, like, because that's
to your readers. And I think to your point, I work in marketing, and so a lot of times when I work with medical companies or physicians' offices, men don't go to the doctor. And so we specifically target the influencers in their lives. And same with financial services. When I work with those clients, they're another generation who our finances are fine, and it's their adult children saying you really need to get your house in order. And so we market to those influencers. So while moms might not be your target, we're the ones who are going to nudge our husbands, or nudge the men in our lives. And so we might